Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the next session of our subject, that is engineering economics, estimation and costing. In today's session, we are going to discuss the important topic. We called it as the bar bending schedule. Okay, now why it is important to understand the concept of bar bending. Okay, that part we are going to discuss at first, and then we are going to see at actually how we are going to prepare the bar bending schedule. Okay, what is the importance of bending up the bars. Okay, before proceeding towards that part, let me know why we are going to provide the bent up bars. Have you seen, do you know about this concept bar bending schedule or bar bending? Have you seen the constructions? Now you have completed your internships or the field training, correct, on the different sites. There you have seen that whenever there is a slab construction, you have seen some bent up bars they are using. Okay, some bent up bars they are using. That means that bar is not straight. Okay, it is get bent up at some specific angle, and they are using that bent up bar. They are going to use that bent up bars. Now, why they are going to bend the bars? If anyone from you knows the answer, then it will be easy for you. This is very important part, my dear students, because you must know what is meant by the word bar bending schedule, how it is to be get done. Okay, how we are going to calculate, how we are going to prepare the bar bending schedule. Actually, in bar bending schedule, you will come to know the quantity of the steel which is required for that particular structure. Okay, for that particular structural element, it may be your slab, beam, column, whatever it may be. This is very important parameter. Okay, bar bending schedule. So do you know why we are going to bend the bars? Now everyone has completed the field training. Okay, you have visited the fields, sites, different sites. You have seen the construction activities. You have seen the slab construction also. Now tell me why we are going to bend up that particular bar. Anyone from you, if you know the answer, Shreyash, Amol, Mahesh, why we are going to bend up the bar? From division A, Sadiq, Aditya, Snehal, Aishwarya, Shraddha. कधी बघितलंय का साइट वरती? To sustain in compressive forces. Okay, Snehal has put one response. What about others? To resist the shear stress. Okay, Vaishnavi has given me the answer. Anyone, any different answer if you know why we are going to bend up the bars? Why there is a need to use the bent up bars, and where you have seen the bent up bars? Okay, along the shorter span, along the longer span, or that is in one-way slab or in the two-way slab. Okay, to resist the hogging movement. Okay, chalo. Suresh has replied me. Anyone apart from this? Anyone apart from this? Why we are going to bend up the bars? Yeah, as you know, before proceeding towards this particular part, you know, very important concept, why we are going to use the main steel along the shorter direction and distribution steel along the longer direction. Why we are going to use the main steel along the shorter span and the distribution steel along the longer span. To counter the risk of failure of the slab, we are going to bend the bars. Okay, Priyanka has replied. Then Snehal has replied, they are provided in the vertical stirrups. I'm not getting what you want to say. Okay, my question for you, why we are going to provide the main steel along the shorter direction only, and why we are going to provide the distribution steel along the longer direction? Now you know very well the concept of one-way and two-way slab. Do you know the concept of one-way and two-way slab, my dear students? When the L by B ratio is greater than 2, you called it as a, please reply it, whether you are having this concept. Have you studied this part in your DCS? Okay. Suresh has replied me as it's a one-way slab, sir. So when the L by B ratio is greater than 2, we called it as the one-way slab. And when the L by B, the ratio is less than 2, then we called it as the, yes, Suresh has replied me, it's a two-way slab then, okay. Amol has replied me, so bending curve along the shorter direction is random. Okay, little will close. Then Snehal has asked me, sir, what is main steel and what is distribution steel? Oh my God. Okay, if you don't know that concept, what is main steel and distribution steel? I think in this is you have completed this part. If not, then I will skip that part. Huh? Okay, you will come to know in your DCS also what is that main steel, what is that distribution steel, and all that. Okay, what I thought you have completed that part and you have the complete knowledge of it. Okay, so left it. We will discuss this in our BBS only, but afterwards, because if you don't know that concept, then it doesn't make any sense to discuss that part. Okay, but we'll make sure you must know why we are going to provide the main steel along that shorter span and distribution steel along the longer span. Okay, I can show, I'm going to give you a very nice example, but I'm expecting a response from your end. Okay, why it is so? Okay, I will give you, chalo, today's time I am going to give you. If you will not get the answer, just remind me tomorrow. Okay, I can show you one nice example why it is there. Okay. Sheetal has replied me, one main bar is to transfer the bending load developed at the bottom of the slab to the beams. Okay, okay, chalo. Now you are going very detailed. Very simple concept is there. Okay, if you are not going to get it, just tell me tomorrow. I'm going to explain you. Very nice, very simple funda is there. Okay, to remember. Chalo. Our main focus is on our today's topic, that is bar bending schedule. Okay, now why we are going to bend up the bars? Because when you are going to construct the slab, as you know, that slab is having some size. It is maybe 10 by 12 feet. I'm trying to explain it you in very simplest way that I can. Okay, not going details in technical details, which is related with the design of concrete structure, but in the simplest way, as you can understand very well. So as we know, we are going to construct the slab. Okay, the slab is having some size. It may be 10 feet by 12 feet, 12 by 15 feet. It may be anything. Okay. So there are some stresses which are going to induce in that particular slab, some forces which are going to act. That one of the force we called it as the shear force. Okay. One of the force we called it as the shear force. Okay. Just to resist the stresses and that force which is get introduced when you are going to cast that whatever the what we called whenever you are going to put the reinforcement and then tie it with the stirrups and all that. Okay, so whenever you are going to do that, some forces that are get introduced, some stresses that are get introduced. Okay, so to resist this, we are going to bend that particular bar. Okay, now shear means you know very well what is shear, what is flexure. You are familiar with that particular part, so we are not going detail about it. So just to resist the forces, we are going to use the bent up bars. Now how it has been there, again I am going to take that part in our tomorrow's session also. Okay, with a very nice diagram. In single diagram you will come to know so why this bar is bent and how it is bent, or how that stresses are get induced. Okay, because right now in today's session I'm not able to present the another screen. Okay, one PPT is there, very nice PPT. So maybe I'm not I don't know what is the problem, but I'm not able to share with you. So that is why I have stick with the at first introductory part. Okay. And then we'll have detailed discussion about it in our upcoming session. So don't worry about it also. So just to resist that force, stresses or the shear force which has get induced, we are going to use we are going to bend up that particular mass. Now, in a bar bending schedule, we have to calculate the quantity of the steel which is required for that particular member. Okay, which is required for that particular member. It may be your slab, it may be your beam, or it may be the column. How will come to know, sir, for this particular slab of having size 10 feet by 12 feet, just understand it carefully. Having the size of 10 feet by 12 feet, I require this much of steel. किती steel लागणार आहे? 10 feet by 12 feet. You know the dimensions, already steel design is with you. Okay, the designer has given you. Okay, but if somebody asks you, can you prepare the bar bending schedule or can you prepare the BBS for this particular structure? Then your answer must be yes. Okay, your answer must be yes, because as an engineer, as a civil engineer, you must have the knowledge about taking out the quantities and this BBS. This is very important concept. Okay, and we will take very good practice of it also. Okay, my key focus is on this because the next upcoming chapter is very small, percentage breakup and market survey. It will just take hardly 2 hours to conclude that, and then we are going to proceed for our section 2, that is valuation, is tenders and all that particular part. Okay, so our target is to complete the syllabus up to the end. Before that, we are going to end up our syllabus, but I will take it to the end. Okay, because so that you will have some good practice about the different projects. Okay, we are going to give you some projects of our whole frame structures, huh? So be ready for it. Okay, at the time of giving you the project, I am going to explain one or two examples. Okay, how to prepare the actually how to prepare the estimate. Already you have learned the center line method and PWD method. Okay, there is not that much of difference. Okay, steps are similar, just we are going to discuss one whole project of around maybe whatever the quantities, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so that project you have to complete it, and that is the one task in your particular assessment. If you see the university syllabus also, okay, I will share with you right now, because it must be with you. Okay, just a minute, I'm going to share it. Okay, if you see the syllabus, okay, you see the syllabus, the first chapter is related with the economics. Okay, that is why I'm going to take that chapter along with the section 2, that is valuation part. Okay, it is correlated with that. Second, already we have finished up specification, rate analysis we have completed. Okay, then estimation, now we are dealing with this particular chapter, and here very important part is bar bending schedule. Okay, already taking out quantities and all that we have completed. Then costing, material survey, and thumb rules, percentage breakup. Okay, it will just take 2 hours, not more than that. I don't know why they have taken so much of time over there. Okay, just 2 to 3 hours we require to finish up this part. Okay, then yes, tender, very important part is there for you. So I will take more time on this particular section. Tender, what is tender, how to fill it, tenders, then contracts, types of tenders, then valuation. uh, Tender will take a little bit time. Okay, more than 4, 5, 6 hours around. Valuation, this definition, just 2 hours. And then our last unit only. This part will take more time because this is the combination of 4 chapters, huh, my dear students. First, second, third, and this is the last one. Actually, in your previous syllabus, this was the separate chapter for you, but now it is combined with your unit number 9. Okay, so we have important topics upcoming, that is tender process, what is bidding, what is tendering. Okay, that part we are going to discuss in detail, then valuation and all that. So before proceeding towards that part, let us complete the first part of the estimation, in which we are going to deal the bar bending schedule. Okay, if you see what another important point, see they have distributed like estimation of the concrete and masonry finishes. This means you have to complete one single project. Okay, नाहीतर तुम्ही म्हणताल सर इथं खूप काही दिलेलं आहे आपल्या सिलेबस मध्ये, बट तुम्ही एकच प्रॉब्लेम घेतला. हे एक प्रॉब्लेम म्हणजे तुमचा हा स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम पॉइंट 1 टू पॉइंट ऑल. ओके, पूर्ण चॅप्टर आहे तो. ठीक आहे, एक प्रोजेक्ट म्हणजे तुमचा जो आपण सुरुवात केलेली आणि त्यातल्या 2 मेथड्स म्हणजे ज्या अंडरस्टँडिंग साठी गरजेचे आहेत, सेंटर लाईन आणि पीडब्ल्यूडी, त्या कम्प्लीट केलेल्या आहेत. ठीक आहे, फक्त इथे वेगवेगळे पॉइंट्स म्हणजे त्यांनी सेपरेट केलेले आहेत. estimation of concrete, estimation of masonry, estimation of finishing, flooring or interiors. Okay, so my screen is visible, dear students. Have you seen the syllabus? Yes, now it is okay. So this chapter number 5 is very small. Okay, this chapter number 5 is very small. Only 2 points are there. Equipment cost and labor cost. In rate analysis, that part where, or in your estimation, that part is there. Okay, we are going to add how to add the labor cost, how to add the equipment cost and all that. Material survey and thumb rules. Okay, so whatever the thumb rules that are there in the market, that we are going to discuss. Okay, then percentage breakup of the cost. This particular concept will ask for 4 marks, though it looks very simple. Okay, but it is very important. Okay, you have to remember this percentage breakup for a perpetual time till the end of your life. Okay, percentage breakup म्हणजे खूप सोपा कन्सेप्ट आहे. 100 रुपयाचं डिस्ट्रीब्युशन कसं करतात. You are the owner and you are the engineer. Okay, now you have taken one project in your hand. So how you are going to distribute the 100 rupees? So up to plinth level, if you have finished the work up to plinth level, then I'm going to give 20 rupees. Then if the work is completed up to columns, then wall, beam, slab, then I'm going to give some payment, going to release some payment, that is 50 rupees. Then painting, plastering, I'm going to release the full amount. Okay, so likewise, how that amount is get distributed for brickwork, for RCC slab, for brick, then painting, finishing, whatever the activities which we are performing, how much share they are going to take up. Okay, means for brickwork you require 50 rupees, for a slab you require 5 rupees. I'm just giving you the example. Okay, it is not like that. Actually, we are going to take that chart in detail, percentage breakup of the cost. Okay, so our important focus for the next few sessions will be on the bar bending schedule. Okay, will be on the bar bending schedule. I will share my previous screen. Yes, it is there. So approximate quantity of a steel for the RCC member can be calculated as below when the details of the drawings and design is not available. Okay, so it is a schedule that you have to prepare. Okay, for the steel which you are going to use in your RCC member. Okay, now for this, it is very important for you to have the knowledge about the thumb rules, to have the knowledge about the thumb rules. If you don't have the plan or the drawing with you, you must know how much quantity of steel that you can use in the slab, how much quantity of steel that you can use in the beam, in the column, or in the foundation. Okay, what will be the percentage of the steel? It may be 1% of the quantity of that, whatever the concrete is there. Okay, it is actually based on the quantity of the concrete that you have. Okay, by weight, that is by weight of the concrete. So 1 to 1.1%, 0.8 to 1%, 2 to 5%, 3 to 5%, or 1 to 5%. So what is the quantity of steel that you are going to use? And this we called it as the thumb rules, which we are going to use it on the site. Okay, if it is not available, you must know this. हे पार्टच पाहिजेत आता, हे थंब रूल्स. ठीक आहे, की स्लॅब साठी आपण किती स्टील यूज करतोय साइट वरती, बीम साठी किती यूज करतोय, कॉलम साठी किती यूज करतोय आणि फाउंडेशन साठी. आता तुम्ही म्हणताल सर थंब रूल्स आहेत. येस, these are going to vary but not to that extent. ओके, कुणीतरी 1.1 वापरलंय, कुणीतरी 0.99 वापरलंय, कुणीतरी 0.98 वापरलंय, कुणीतरी 0.9% वापरलंय. ओके, that small deviation will be there, it is acceptable. But असं नको की बाबा स्टील फॉर द स्लॅब our thumb rule says we can go where we are going to use 0.8 to 1% of the steel, but actually that contractor is using 10% by weight of the concrete. 10%, such a huge steel he is using. Okay, तुमचं स्ट्रक्चर हे स्टील जास्त टाकल्याने जास्त ड्युरेबल राहील हा चुकीचा गैरसमज आहे तुमचा. ठीक आहे, if you are using very heavy steel, you are going to increase the cost of construction, and yes, the stresses which we are going to increase. Okay, the load which comes to act. Okay, so that particular part is very important. Yes, small deviation will leads to the cost. Definitely it will affect your cost, or it will affect your estimate, but not to that much extent. Okay, and this, as I told you, the thumb rules, whatever the thumb rules are there now, so that thumb rules are different. Okay, it depends on the site conditions, it depends on the structure also. Okay, if I want, no sir, I'm interested to use 1% of steel. Okay, it is acceptable in the slab. Shreyash wants, I want sir 0.80% of 85% of the steel, it is still acceptable. Somebody wants 0.9%, still acceptable. Somebody wants 0.95%, still acceptable. So we are having some range. Okay, we call for that particular thumb rule 0.8 to 1%. So you may get some different, you will come to know with some different values. Okay, some different values whenever you are going to visit different sites, or whenever you are going to see the different structural designs. Okay, the plans, steel design je tumhi pahtal. Don't get confused, don't get fumbled. Okay, if you have the different, you just remember the standard thumb rules. Okay, किती स्टील वापरतात स्लॅब मध्ये असलं पाहिजे, किती स्टील असतं, बीम मध्ये किती स्टील असतं, कॉलम मध्ये किती स्टील असतं, आणि तुमच्या फुटिंग किंवा इतर स्ट्रक्चरल एलिमेंट्स मध्ये किती स्टील असतं. ऍटलीस्ट तुम्हाला ती रेंज तरी माहित असणं अपेक्षित आहे. ठीक आहे, ऍटलीस्ट तुम्हाला ती रेंज माहित असणं अपेक्षितच आहे. ठीक आहे, if you know the range, it will be very easy for you to have to do some further process. Okay, so approximate quantity of the steel for lintel and the slab generally around 0.8 to 1%. Okay, then for beam 1 to 2%, column 1 to 5, actually 3 to 5% you can take it. Okay, or some people they may take 2%, 3%. Okay, based on their design. Then for foundation 0.5 to 0.8%, or maybe up to 1% nowadays you can use it. Okay, so that much of steel you have to use. Okay, in the different our structural elements as per our thumb rules. These are the thumb rules. You will not get all this digits in somewhere specified. Okay, books. Okay, प्रत्येक बुक मध्ये ही जी रेंज आहे ना, ही रेंज दिलेली आहे. थोडीफार याच्यामध्ये थोडंसं व्हेरिएशन असेल, कुठेतरी 0.7 0.75 असेल, 0.8 असेल, बट दॅट रेंज इज स्पेसिफाईड. Okay, that values are not going to vary, differ so much differ. Okay, then cover, side cover and bottom cover. Now what is the purpose of clear cover? At first you tell me, then we will discuss this cover. Have you seen the clear cover? Do you know this concept, clear cover? Because in case of bar bending schedule, it is very important to have the knowledge of clear cover also. Why it is provided? Where is the clear cover? कुठे असतं साइट वरती, कुठे बघितलं रे तुम्ही क्लिअर कव्हर? To prevent the corrosion. Okay, fire resistant. You just tell me the purpose of clear cover which is provided. Okay, chalo. It is provided to avoid the corrosion of the reinforcement. Very good, correct answer. To avoid the corrosion of the reinforcement, that clear cover is provided. Okay, if you haven't seen, tomorrow I will show you that picture also. जर कोणी बघितलं नसेल बघा, कॉलमचे तिथं असं बांधलेलं असतं कॉन्क्रीटचा गट्टू, बघितलंय का? प्रत्येक ठिकाणी बघायला भेटेल तुम्हाला, स्लॅब पशी, बीम पशी, कॉलम पशी असं कॉन्क्रीटचे छोटे छोटे गट्टू असतात बघा. ठीक आहे, छोटासा पीस असतो. ठीक आहे, आणि तो बांधलेला असतो बघा. कॉलमला तुम्ही बघितलं असेल, बांधलेला असतो तो. ठीक आहे, कॉलम पशी तुम्हाला कॉलम पशी खूप छान बघायला मिळेल, किंवा स्लॅब मध्ये बघायला भेटेल, बीम मध्ये बघायला भेटेल. ठीक आहे, हा कशासाठी प्रोव्हाइड करतात? जस्ट टू अवॉइड द कोरोजन ऑफ दी रेनफोर्समेंट. जर तुम्ही क्लिअर कव्हरेज जर प्रोव्हाइड केलेलं नाही, तर असं होऊ शकतं तुमची कॉन्क्रीट आणि तुमच्या रेनफोर्समेंटची लेवल सेम असू शकते. म्हणजे जशी जाळी टाकली तिथपर्यंतच तुम्ही कॉन्क्रीट भरता, रेनफोर्समेंट बाहेरून दिसतंय. Okay, is it the good picture? Is it the correct technical design? No, it is not. So for that, just because it leads to the corrosion of your reinforcement, so to avoid that, we are going to provide the clear cover. Okay, I think most of you have seen that particular clear cover also. Okay, so for the slab, the clear cover is provided is around 15 to 20 mm. Okay, again these are the thumb rules. Okay, specified thumb rules I can say. Okay, some standard thumb rules, okay, which we are going to use it on our site. Okay, for the beam, top cover is 25 to 50 mm and side cover is around 25 to 40 mm, and for the column it is for again range from 25 to 50 mm. ठीक आहे, कॉलमला थोडंसं जास्त कव्हर प्रोव्हाइड करतात. ठीक आहे, स्लॅब आणि बीम मध्ये मात्र ते, स्लॅब मध्ये 15 ते 25 mm च्या आसपास आहे. ठीक आहे, आणि बीम मध्ये मात्र ते 25 ते 50 mm च्या आसपास तुमचं क्लिअर कव्हर तुम्ही प्रोव्हाइड करतात. सो मिनिमम क्लिअर कव्हर शुड बी प्रोव्हाइडेड 2 times of the diameter of the bar. This is very important thumb rule which we have. जो काही डायमीटरचा तुम्ही बार वापरणार आहात त्याच्या कमीत कमी दुप्पट. ठीक आहे, म्हणजे 10 mm चा बार वापरताय तर तुम्ही तुमचं क्लिअर कव्हर किती असलं पाहिजे रे? कमीत कमी 20 mm चा. ठीक आहे, 12 mm चा बार वापरताय जो आपण सगळ्यात जास्त वापरतो. ठीक आहे, तर कमीत कमी तुमचं क्लिअर कव्हर जे असणार आहे हे तुमचं 25 mm च्या आसपास असलं पाहिजे. 20 ते 25 mm च्या आसपास तुमचं क्लिअर कव्हर असलं पाहिजे. ठीक आहे, आता 16 mm, 20 mm, 25 mm इतकं हेवी स्टील आपण नॉट इन द युअर स्लॅब अँड तिथे तर वापरत नाही. मोठ्या कमर्शियल प्रोजेक्ट्स मध्ये तुम्ही यूज करू शकता. ब्रिजेस मध्ये वगैरे तुम्ही बघितलं असेल 25 mm 32 mm चा डायमीटर असतो बारचा. ठीक आहे, सो अकॉर्डिंगली लक्षात ठेवायचंय, मिनिमम क्लिअर कव्हर शुड बी at least 2 times of the diameter of the bar which has been there. Okay, whatever the size of the bar, whichever the size of the bar you are using, the clear cover of that for that particular structural element should be 2 times of that diameter of the bar. Okay, the next part, again standard thumb rules, and I can say it. Okay, weight of the bar. How to calculate the weight of the bar? How to calculate the weight of the bar? The site वरती तुम्हाला तुम्ही स्टील यूज करता. What is the length of that steel bar which is coming on the site? जे ट्रक्स मध्ये येतं ते. So this question is asked many times in your interviews also. What is the length of the bar which comes on your site? किती असतं रे? My dear students, what is the length of the bar which comes on your site? ट्रक मध्ये जे स्टील येतं ना, तुम्ही बघितलं असेल बघा, असं मोठं असं छानपैकी बांधलेलं असतं. ठीक आहे, व्हॉट इज दॅट लेंथ? स्टँडर्ड लेंथ किती असतो? किती मीटरचा बार असतो तो? So I will create one poll for you. Just give me a minute, dear students. Okay, so it is 12 meters. Okay, good. Someone has responded 4 to 6 meter, 6 meter. It is not 6 meter. If you see the length of the bar, it is 12 meter. Okay, this standard length hai bar chi. I have created one pole for you. Okay. So just give the answer for this pole. Everyone, you can see the pole. Okay, in your chat box, you can see the pole which I have dropped. Okay, so please respond to this particular pole. Okay, what is the length of the bar coming to your site? 9 students has given the answer for this poll now. Rest of the students, please give the answer very quickly. 33 participants are here in this meeting. Only 9 has answered. Okay, this is new part for you. This is poll, we called it as. Okay, 10 students has given the answer. Poll दिसतोय ना सर्वांना? Then give the answer for it. Yeah, it is interesting. Definitely. Okay. So in your Zoom meeting, we have now, okay, we can launch the polls. I can take your opinions, okay, for the different questions. Okay. For the different questions. Now, tomorrow's question will be there. Why we are going to bend up the bar. The choices are there. I will give you the 4 options. Okay. You need to select the correct one. Okay. Out of it. Okay. So shall I end? Because it will take so much of time. Already you have given the answer. Only 40 students has given the answer. Eh? Okay, rest students can also respond very quickly to this poll. So every day will come to know with this practice. Okay, so that I will come to know whether you are getting whatever the points which we are discussing or not. 50 polls I can create in a single in this meeting. Okay, chalo, I will end up now. Thank you. Okay. Now here is a facility to share the results also. I think we will get your results. If you check it, please do respond whether you are getting your results. Yes, you can see. Sir. 14 participants have submitted their response, and I think all of them, they have mentioned this answer as 12 meters. Okay. Okay, chalo. So our next part that we are discussing is the weight of the bar. आता तुम्हाला site वरती you are going to use 10 mm diameter bar, 6 mm diameter bar, 8 mm diameter bar, 12 mm diameter bar, 16 mm, 20 mm, 25 mm, 32 mm, and so on. Okay, so you are going to use the different bars, different reinforcement you are going to use. Now you must know the weight of the bar. This is the standard formula, standard weights of each bar. It will be easy for you to calculate, again, to assess the quality also. Okay, if you find the weight variation, then definitely you need to check the quality of the bar. Okay, along with the tensile strength and all that, you must have the knowledge of weight of the bar, how to calculate it. Okay, एखाद्या बारचं वजन कसं calculate करतात? In the simplest way. Okay, so the formula that we are going to use to calculate the weight of the bar, this question is asked in interviews many times. This question was asked. To calculate the weight of the bar, the formula that we are going to use is nothing but d square, weight of the bar equals to d square by 162. Okay, I will write it for everyone. Weight of bar per meter equals to, okay, the formula is d square. I don't know how to put that square mark. Okay. d square divided by 162. Now this is the formula that you are going to use to determine the weight of the bar. Okay, to determine the weight of the bar. D square divided by 162. Yes, yes, Suresh, I'm waiting that somebody is going to ask me how that 162 or why that 162 only. Okay, okay, I will come to your question also, don't worry. Okay, I'm waiting very eagerly for this question. दरवर्षी विद्यार्थी हा प्रश्न विचारतात, सर हे 162 का आहे? ठीक आहे, असे खूप प्रश्न आहेत. का आपण बार 45 डिग्री मध्येच बेंड करतो? चला उत्तर पण मी सांगतो तुम्हाला. किती डिग्री मध्ये बेंड करतो आपण? ऍक्च्युली 45 डिग्री, 30, 45, 60. त्यामध्ये सुद्धा 45 डिग्री जास्तच का? 45 डिग्री मध्येच का करतो? किंवा वेट ऑफ द बार हा d स्क्वेअर बाय 162 का? हा 162 कुठून आला तेही सांगेल मी तुम्हाला. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. ओके, सो दिस इज द फॉर्म्युला that you can use. This is the first one. Second formula, okay, that you are going to use is nothing but, you know, where it is, just give me a minute. Yes, you know this simple formula, density equals to, who is going to tell me this formula? Density equals to mass by volume, correct? Yes, density equals to mass by volume. हा एक फॉर्म्युला तुम्ही ऐकलेला आहे. Density equals to mass by volume. So either you can use this formula, that is first formula, weight of the bar equals to d square by 162, or you can use the second formula as density equals to mass by volume. Now where this formula you are going to use? A formula तुम्ही कुठे यूज करू शकता? ठीक आहे. So you are going to use this second formula just to determine the diameter of the bar. To determine the diameter of the bar. The first formula you are going to use to determine the weight of the bar, and second formula to determine the diameter. And if you know any one parameter, you can use any formula, okay, out of this. Okay. Now, why this second formula is used to determine the diameter of the bar? Because if you see the formula, density equals to mass by volume, you know. What is the density of the steel, my dear students? सांगितले ना मी, rate analysis मध्ये सांगितले. What is the density of steel? What is density of steel? Okay, 7850 kg per meter cube, correct? 7850 kg per meter cube, that is the density of the steel. Okay, so you know the density of the steel, it is 7850 kg per meter cube. Okay, equals to mass by volume. Okay, equals to the mass by volume. At the volume, what is the volume? Volume is nothing but area multiplied by length. Okay, mass already you know too, you are knowing. Okay, it may be 10 kg, 100 kg, it may be 500 gram, it may be just 20 gram, it may be anything. So weight of the bar you can take. सी, असे प्रश्न कधी विचारतात साइट वरती, तुम्हाला इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये हा प्रश्न विचारला जातो. तुमच्या हातामध्ये एक पीस दिला जातो, ठीक आहे, रेन्फोर्समेंट किंवा स्टील बारचा, आणि त्याच्यावरनं त्याचा डायमीटर तुम्हाला काढायला होतात. ऍक्च्युअली टीएमटी बार वरती तुम्ही बघितलं असेल, that bar diameter is been reflected on that bar. Okay, TMT, you must know this meaning of this bar. Thermomechanically treated bars. Okay, TMT bars. Corrugations are that, wrinkles are there. Okay, on that bar, just to have the good bonding. Okay, mild steel मध्ये plain bar असल्यामुळे bonding definitely it will affect as compared with the TMT bars. Okay, म्हणून आपण TMT यूज करतोय, ज्याला wrinkles असतात तसे प्रोव्हाइड केलेले, ज्याने बॉन्डिंग खूप स्ट्रॉंग होतं. ठीक आहे, सो wrinkles म्हणजे अशी ती, इट इज हॅव्हिंग सम स्पेसिफिक शेप. तुम्ही बघितलं असेल टीएमटी बार मध्ये, मी तो डिटेल मध्ये सांगणार आता बसत नाही, सर्वांना माहिती आहे. ठीक आहे, सो देयर विल बी वन piece of the steel bar in your hand, and that interview, that person is going to ask you what is the diameter of the bar. कारण प्रत्येक बारच्या प्रत्येक ठिकाणी तर त्याचा डायमीटर लिहिलेला नसतो. ठीक आहे, त्या 12 मीटरच्या तुकड्यामध्ये हार्डली 3 ते 4 ठिकाणी तुम्हाला बघायला मिळेल, तो रिफ्लेक्ट केलेला असतो डायमीटर ऑफ द बार. ठीक आहे, मग तुम्हाला कसं लक्षात येईल रे हा 6 mm चा, 8 mm चा, 12 mm चा बार आहे? व्हिज्युअल ऑब्झर्वेशन, तेवढा एक्सपिरियन्स, थोडासा अजून वेळ लागणार आहे तुम्हाला येण्यासाठी. ठीक आहे, मग त्या केसमध्ये तुम्ही त्या बारचा डायमीटर फाइंड आउट करू शकताय. कसं फाइंड आउट करू शकताय? युझिंग दिस फॉर्म्युला, डेन्सिटी इक्वल्स टू मास बाय व्हॉल्यूम. तुम्ही त्या बारचं वेट घ्या, ठीक आहे, वेट तुम्हाला माहिती आहे, डेन्सिटी तुम्हाला माहिती आहे स्टीलचे 7850. राहिला प्रश्न व्हॉल्यूम. व्हॉल्यूम म्हणजे काय रे? व्हॉल्यूम इज नथिंग बट एरिया मल्टिप्लाइड बाय, ठीक आहे, लेंथ. लेंथ कशी काढणार आहे? तुमच्या हातामध्ये बार दिलेला आहे, तुम्ही ती स्केल घेऊन तुम्ही त्याची लेंथ मेजर करू शकता. 10 सेंटीमीटर आहे, 15 सेंटीमीटर आहे का 1 मीटर आहे, ठीक आहे, जी काय त्याची लेंथ असेल. आता राहिला प्रश्न एरियाचा. एरिया काय असतो रे? अरे स्टील बार येतो, त्याचा एरिया काय असणार आहे? π/4 इंटू डी स्क्वेअर. करेक्ट आहे, π/4 इंटू डी स्क्वेअर. π/4 ची व्हॅल्यू तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. अननोन टर्म काय? एवढ्या सगळ्या इक्वेशन मध्ये फक्त डी स्क्वेअर हीच एक अननोन टर्म आहे. डी स्क्वेअर म्हणजेच काय इंडिकेट करतं? डायमीटर ऑफ द बार. दॅट इज इन दॅट वे you can find out the diameter, and once you will get the diameter, you can again in the reverse direction you can find out the weight of the bar also. ठीक आहे, किंवा वेट ऑफ द बार माहिती आहे 162 हा कन्सेप्ट तुम्हाला माहिती आहे, त्याच्यावरून सुद्धा तुम्ही डायमीटर फाइंड आउट करू शकता. इन एनी वे यू कॅन यूज एनी फॉर्म्युला. वेट ऑफ द बार इक्वल्स टू डी स्क्वेअर बाय 162 अँड डेन्सिटी इक्वल्स टू मास बाय व्हॉल्यूम. नाउ व्हाय इट इज 162? आय थिंक इट्स 3:45 in the clock, so maybe I am going to give you the answer for this question in our upcoming session, okay, with diagram and with all that explanation. Not necessary, but still I am going to give it to you. Okay, so I think we will stop here at this particular moment, okay, for our today's session. And dear students, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, don't miss any single lecture, because I think theoretical part we have completed. Now we are, from tomorrow we are going to directly start the BBS, okay, problems of the bar bending schedule. Okay, as you can see on the screen also. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to take the different problems. Problem of reinforcement, problem of that is bar bending schedule of the slab, bar bending schedule of the column footing, and bar bending schedule of the beam. So 3 different varieties I am going to cover up. That is that's all for that particular bar bending schedule. So don't miss the next upcoming 2 to 3 sessions, okay, because tomorrow's session we are going to start with this particular problem. Now we have completed the theoretical part, okay, and some standard weight of the bars these are given. For 6 mm weight of the bar is 0.22 kg per meter. एका मीटर बार बद्दल सांगतो. एका मीटर बारचं वजन किती आहे? 0.22 kg. 8 mm च्या बारचं 0.39, 10 mm च्या 0.63 आहे, 12 mm च्या बारचं 0.89 आहे, 16 mm च्या 1.56 kg असतं, 20 mm च्या बारचं 2.47 kg पर मीटर क्यूब इतकं वजन आहे, ठीक आहे. वेट ऑफ द बार पर मीटर लेंथ आहे ते. त्यानंतर 32 mm च्या बारचं 6.3 kg, ठीक आहे. यू कॅन चेक दिस विथ दिस फॉर्म्युला. वेट ऑफ द बार, डायमीटर इथं पुटअप करा, त्याला डिवाइड बाय 162 करा. जे आपले स्टँडर्ड बार यूज करतोय 6 mm, 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm, 16, 20, 25, 32 असं वेट तुम्ही काढू शकता, ठीक आहे. So don't miss our upcoming 2 sessions, okay. In that we are going to discuss the problems of the bar bending schedule, okay. कसं करतात नेमकं, का बार बेंट अप करायचा and all that things, okay. असं बघितलं असेल तुम्ही स्लॅब मध्ये छानपैकी असा बेंट अप केलेला असतो. मग तो हुक म्हणजे काय असतं, hook length and all part we are going to cover up, okay. So for this time we are going to conclude our session. Just wait, I am going to take your attendance, okay. Everyone please be in the meeting. I am taking your attendance. Okay, I have noted your attendance also. One more important thing before concluding the session. I think yesterday you have received one circular from the university regarding the offline exams. Okay, regarding the offline exams. So if it runs smoothly, if the situation is not going to be, if it is in our favor, definitely you have to face the offline examination. ओके, जानेवारीच्या फर्स्ट किंवा सेकंड वीक मध्ये आपली विद्यापीठाची ऑफलाईन एक्झाम होणार आहे. त्यामुळे सर्वांनी त्या तयारीत राहायचं आहे. ठीक आहे, ऑफलाईन एक्झामच्या. ठीक आहे, सध्या काय परिस्थिती आहे किंवा सर अजून काय होऊ शकतं त्याबद्दल काही भाष्य करायचं नाहीये. आपल्याला आपल्या एक्झामसाठी तयारी करायची चांगल्या पद्धतीने. ठीक आहे, कदाचित तुमची एक्झाम काल जसं सर्क्युलर आलेलं आहे, आता मी कदाचित हा शब्द वापरणार नाही काही दिवस, जोपर्यंत अजून नवीन काही चेंज येत नाही तोपर्यंत. एव्हरीवन प्लीज बी रेडी फॉर द ऑफलाईन एक्झामिनेशन. ठीक आहे, you have to face the offline examination probably in the first or second week of the January. ओके, जानेवारी महिन्याच्या फर्स्ट किंवा सेकंड वीक मध्ये तुमची ऑफलाईन एक्झाम असणार आहे. त्यामुळे अभ्यासाला आतापासूनच सुरुवात करा. ठीक आहे, या that is what I am telling. Right now we can't say anything about it, Sresh, that spreading of that is whatever the new virus, which is new variant is there of that corona, that is Omicron and all that. So right now we can't, I'm not going to make any comment on it, but if everything goes smoothly and if the situation is in our favor, then definitely university will, it is now university is ready now to conduct your offline examination. So you also be ready for the same. Okay, don't think about whatever it may be. Okay, don't think about it. Okay, I request, my sincere request to everyone, don't think about that current situation of that Omicron and all that, because in India we don't know what is the condition right now. Okay, ठीक आहे, त्यामुळं त्याच्यावरती मी भाष्य करणार नाही. सर्वांनी ऑफलाईन एक्झामच्या तयारीनेच राहायचं आहे. ठीक आहे, आणि तुम्ही तयारी करा. ठीक आहे, ती एक्झाम मग ऑफलाईन 100% होईल किंवा ऑनलाईन होईल हा पुढचा भाग राहिला. आता सध्या सर्क्युलर का आलंय आणि सर्क्युलर नुसार तुमची एक्झाम ऑफलाईन होणार आहे, एवढंच लक्षात ठेवा. पुढे जर काही बदल झाला त्यामध्ये तर ते तुम्हाला त्यावेळेस कळवण्यात येईलच, परंतु सध्याच्या सर्क्युलर नुसार तुम्ही तुमची तयारी चालू करा. यू हॅव टू गिव्ह द एक्झाम ऑफलाईन. ओके, जसं पुढे पुढे काय नोटिफिकेशन्स, काय जे काही बदल येतील किंवा ज्या काही विद्यापीठाकडनं सूचना येतील त्या तुमच्यापर्यंत सर्वांपर्यंत कळवण्यात येतील. त्यामुळे त्याबद्दल खात्री बाळगायची आणि अभ्यासाला सुरुवात करायची चांगल्या पद्धतीने. ठीक आहे, चला. So with that note, I will conclude this session and tomorrow we will meet. Okay. And yes, in we have revised the timetable for your class. Again, I am going to share it on the WhatsApp group now. Okay, share करतो मी लगेच. ठीक आहे. So please follow that timetable from tomorrow. So thank you everyone for attending the session. Have a great day. Goodbye. Take care.